Yes, folks, we're back. After a long break, or I say a long break, we had about a week off there where I actually visited Italy and San Marino, as I discussed. Managed to get to a game, so all good on that front. But we're back. We've been doing a little bit of transfer business. We'll cover the European qualifiers for San Giovanni in this one, and we'll just go over the rest of the summer business and see how we are shaping up for next season. Right, just before we actually get into filling out the update and what's happened since the last episode, I did get a comment on the last video from El Truco who was asking around how long it takes for the San Marinese players to get citizenship and be eligible for the country. So I think in real life, it works out as 30 years, so it is quite tough. If you were going to play with this database and you wanted to make it 5 or 10 years, maybe even 10 years would be a bit much. If you wanted to make it 5 years, I think that's a fair way to do it. I mean, as a game at the end of the day, play it whatever way you want. I think that'd be a fair way to do it if you did want players to be eligible. What I've experienced is it might be a slight bug with this database, where a couple of the players who had a couple of seasons at Victor San Marino were actually had somehow could be asked to represent the nation. So that's happened with a couple of players. It's definitely happened with Simone Passa. It's happened with Matteo Lomolino. And it's also happened with, I think I've actually removed them, Andrea Zamarchi as well. You see, I can ask him to represent the nation. So I've not done that because personally the way I want to play it, I want to just stick to the kind of natural building up of the San Marino nation. But as I say, if you wanted to have guys that have been there for a couple of seasons and they did, then crack on. To be honest with you, it doesn't happen with every single player because on the actual team itself, I've had some players in the squad who've been there for instance, Claudio Parlato has been there for 3 of the last, basically this will be going on 3 seasons, and as far as I'm aware, he doesn't have any second nationality or anything like that. So, and I don't remember anything coming up on the actual screen to say that X and Y players decided to become San Marino citizens. So I'm not entirely sure how it actually worked out, but there is a scope there of having 1 or 2 players, in this case 3, that would be eligible for the national team if you wanted just to get that wee kind of boost. So where did we leave off? I did play one of the qualifiers. The reason for that is we had Karabag in the first round, and I honestly thought we would lose both rounds, so I didn't really want to record it because I thought pretty pointless if we're going to lose the games quite handily. First game, yeah, we lost 4-1. We started off not too bad. We scored first actually, one of the new players, and then we really got cuffed. They had a goal chopped off as well. We then played the second leg at home, and we actually raced into a lead in that one. So we went up 2 goals, 4-1 it was at one point, which would have left it even. And then they scored another 2 goals, which meant they went through on aggregate. Good performance from the team. A lot of the new players kicking in, which is good. We then moved into the Conference League. And from there, we've drawn Flora Talent. That's a game I'm expecting to win, so we're going to record that for this episode. Expecting to beat these 2, and then I think the way that the draw works is we play the winner of RFS or KR Reykjavik, which potentially the Reykjavik looks on paper like the more tough game, but you never know. So we'll quickly just run over the transfer business we have made so far. Couple of good players in. We've got Christove Condolo. He came in as a free transfer from Aberdeen. A really good pickup, I think, on that left-hand side. Inside forwards, got really good stats for that for our level. The only thing he's lacking really is passing anticipation and balance and vision. But in terms of the rest of the stats, he's a really good pickup, I think, for this level. Quite inconsistent, but he's a good pickup. Filippo Lora is another good player. A good kind of midfielder, playmaker type role. So, I mean, really got good stats for that. I mean, for the level we're going to be at, he's not very physical, but I think we can get a good season out of him, maybe 2 seasons out of him. That's quite good. He's consistent. He's a star player for the team, so yeah, it's another good pickup. Loris Armati, I think this was transfer business we had secured before the last episode. So we had Armati, Palomba, another just beefing up the defence really. Antonio Ranieri is a person we've got to come in on the right hand side, playing as an inside forward as we moved the kind of tactic to the double inside forwards. So he's a good pickup on that right hand side. He can come in on that side as well. Fortunaroni,
say it right,
was another player that we had just picked up before the end of last season. He's going to be one that we kind of rotate to play in the wings. He's kind of almost either footed, so he's a good kind of squad option. We can bring him in at either side. Tommaso Angelotti is a really good striker, actually a very good pickup for this level. Decent finishing, decent composure, not the fastest, but he's got good off the ball movement. I think we can either play him as a poacher, pressing forward, advanced forward. He's not too bad at either. Some of the stats aren't ideal, but he would be a good pickup for us, I think. He did get 2 goals across the 2 games against Karabag, it was. So yeah, he looks like a good pickup. We've got Elia Benedettini, who just is another San Marino's goalkeeper, legendary goalkeeper for San Marino. He's got 42 caps. He was on a free contract. I figured he's a better rotation option than David Fabri, and we'll probably be looking to move him on. And Filippo Berardi, that's just a signing we picked up for 2 reasons. He's not great. I mean, he's really fallen off because at the start of the game, his stats are really good, but I think through being without a club and being injured and stuff, his stats have dropped off. He's just another San Marino's player we've brought in. He can do a job for a couple of seasons in the domestic game, and it adds an extra San Marino's player to the registration. So that's decent. And Jacopo Lauro is the last one. We needed a left wing back, someone with good crossing. So he's come in good for this level. Again, a good pickup for us. We've strengthened in right good areas. A couple of players that have left aren't really great options anyway. Moving on then to the squad for the next game. We're going to pretty much go with the same starting 11 that we went for in the last match. We'll add the faces in at some point because I like to do that at the end of every season. Let's go for it. I'm pretty confident in this one that we can actually, what we had the tunes on. I skip that. Yeah, I don't know how that will come across in the episode, so I don't want to pick it up in my mic. Let's get an early lead, boys. Early corner. Ranieri. Good save with the goalie. I definitely think how much we've strengthened the team in the summer there makes us probably a better team than Talon or Flora. Unlucky at the near post. So I'm expecting to go through this round and then probably find a more difficult challenge in the next round. If we win this one handily, probably skip recording the second leg. Just so that we can make the episode a wee bit shorter, because I don't want to kind of throw in too many matches. That's a great header down. Oh, okay. Flores won the ball back in midfield though. Passes it on to Grazioli. Oh, it's a great. I was about to say that is a great strike, but really that goalkeeper needs to be saving that, let's be honest. But Angelotti makes it 3 goals in 3 games. He is a really good pickup. I don't think he was too keen on joining, but they managed to kind of wait it out and then entice him to join. It's a snapshot, but the goalkeeper really needs to be better than that. But we'll take it. We'll definitely take it. Started off really well. I kind of would like to put the game to bed in the first leg, meaning that we can rotate a little bit for the second leg and then just prepare for the next team we get. So I see Aldeeb's been playing really well on that right hand side. Good cross. Lucky. I mean, we're totally dominant, completely all over them here. 6 shots, 4 on target. Team's playing really, really well. I'm liking this 5-2-3, would you say, formation with 2 wing backs. I'm thinking it gives us good stability here. I mean, the Karabag game was a good test, and you can tell we played really well. It's a terrible finish, son. Got to be better than that. Yeah, I'm completely not giving them a sniff. I reckon if we don't qualify for the Conference League this season, we might be a shout for next season if we can bring in another great strike. Angelotti with his 4th goal in 3 games now. But yeah, I think if we can have one more really good summer of strengthening the team and then we can come back. I think we could possibly look to make the group stages, which would be ideal. We can't turn professional until we've got roughly, in my experience, between 2 and 3 million in the bank before the club will let you turn professional. So pretty much, it's a good header. So pretty much, I think if we do well in these qualifying stages, you do get a good bit of money from playing the qualifying stages. And it's unlucky. And we don't turn over, like we don't run at a massive loss anyway, so the money will roll over into next season, and in that one season we make the group stages, we can probably be maybe 2 or 3 million up just from that alone. You then annoyingly don't turn professional until the following summer, so doesn't really, in my experience anyway, I've never asked for it and it's been done immediately. It's always been done at the end of the current season that you ask it, and that is a poor goal we concede. The goalkeeper that's not a good goal. I know it's a 20-yarder, but the goalkeeper's really got to be saving that. I mean, look at this. It's right at the goalkeeper as well. Their first shot on target. We have got to be doing more, because we've had so much dominance here and we've not got a lot to show for it. Disappointed with the goalkeeper there. We could. We're still playing Grazioli on the left hand side just because that's a great finish. It's counted. I don't know what it is, but the European games you always kind of wait for an offside or a VAR check, but I don't know if we get VAR at this level yet. I don't remember seeing many VAR checks in the previous round. That's a good cross, and the inside forward just sneaks in at the back post behind his man. 3-1 up. Let's try and make it 4-1, boys. We can probably rotate the goalkeeper for the next game and give Benedettini a start. We're looking really strong here. It's a superb header. 4-1. That's the stuff. That is the stuff. A nice dominant win. I kind of thought we would win this one quite handily, but it's a great ball near post. Yeah, that's definitely OP in this season's game, I think, is just distracting the players in the box and then putting a good header, your best header in the near post, and hitting them with the ball. The game's nearly over, so let's make a few subs. Who can we take off? We can probably give some game time to some of the players. Who have we got here? Let's go Gelly on. Probably that's about it. Let's put Esposito on as well. Although we'll definitely rotate for the second leg, and we'll just recap the score after this one. Let's get another one, boys. Let's make it 5-1. Don't see them coming back for a 5-1 defeat in the first leg. Thought they were going to get in with a long ball there. And yeah, he's on the left hand side, cuts it in. Migueli could have done better. All over them. Scambiluri, great ball inside. Migueli's going to score. It's a great finish. That is a superb finish, sir. 5-1. Completely dominated this team. Kind of knew we would anyway. It's, when you get these rounds, you're always kind of rubbing your hands a wee bit because you know you can get a right good morale boosting win. And these kind of lower reputation teams in the qualifiers never tend to be up too much. I don't even know if it's worth even time wasting because we're clearly ahead here. And the goalkeeper's actually had a good game. And we're 5-1 up. Let's just not get sloppy here and concede one here. Just want to keep it as easy as possible for the second leg. 6. Gelly's in. 6-1. Right, okay, definitely we'll skip the second leg, I think. Because that'll be pretty pointless, I think, with a 5-goal lead. Migueli's done well coming on, actually. He does play really well as a pressing forward. Oh, so nice. Lovely stuff. I mean, that's 19 shots on target. an XG of 3.97. That'll do, lads. Superb. Same again next time, and I'll recap before the next game how we got on. So I did record after the 2-2 game with Florida. But what I'd actually accidentally done was I left my microphone turned off. So yeah, I didn't pick up any sound in any of the videos. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly go through the results that we had after that. You can see them on the screen anyway, but we'll go over some of the results and I'll just kind of clip in the clips from the silent recording basically over the top of my voice here. So yeah, second game in against Florida, we drew 2-2. Probably the better team again. They scored first, we scored, and then we had the last one to equalise. We would have still went through anyway as we beat them 6-1 in the first leg. Then we went on to play KR Reykjavik, 2-1 win away from home. At home, sorry, first of all. 2-1 at home. They scored first, we came back. 2 goals, Angelotti and Ranieri, scoring to give us the lead, the 2-1 lead at home. Then we played them a second time away and we managed to beat them 2-1 away from home. That was probably our toughest game. I did think that after that result, we totally lost them. They did have the better chances, but we just hit them in the break 2 times early in the game. And then that was pretty much it. They never really recovered from that. They did get a goal chopped off, but we would have still gone through on aggregate anyway. And then we came up against the Faroe Islands team, and I'll be honest with you, part of me thought we're in here, we've qualified, definitely. We beat them away from home 1-0. We were totally dominant in that game, barely gave them a sniff. Ranieri getting the goal that gave us a 1-0 lead. Played them at home and completely bottle crashed. No idea what happened. Angelotti had his worst game, Ranieri had another poor game. The goalkeeper conceded 2 goals, and yeah, we just went out pretty much, totally went out with a whimper. So bad that I was really annoyed because we'd done all the hard work to get to that point, and I genuinely thought that we were going to qualify, but it wasn't to be. If you look at the inbox, or the finances I should say, if you look at the finances, yeah, we made a lot of money from that alone. I knew we would anyway. This season we've made 1.8 million. A lot of that coming from the Conference League. So that puts the summary there, the overall balance at 2 million or 2.4 million, which is massive for us. It should do. I did ask for the board to make us professional. They said no. So we're now going to just focus on increasing the youth facilities, increasing the training facilities, the youth coaching, and just trying to sign some slightly better players and better coaches as well. That should take us up to, well, gradually this season. We should boss the league this season anyway, and then going into the next qualifiers, we should be in a much better position to qualify then. So just recapping where Victor San Marino are after the summer window. A good few signings coming in. We did, I think, agree to sign a few players at the end of last season. 3 contracts. I think Mattia Iori was the last one on there. Pezzolato was our backup goalkeeper. Jonathan Spedalieri, we got him in basically. He was on loan at the end of last season. We got him in just at the end of the contract. He's a decent signing for us. Not high wage as well. We also brought in Kelvin Arasi, which is a right winger. So he'll go playing again up with João Baldi, and they'll kind of rotate between. He's very fast, which we know is quite overpowered in this year's game. So we're hoping that him and João Baldi are a good option to swap round. We got Alessandro Dentali. He is a potential striker, so not great for this level, but he is basically, I wanted a third option. I wanted my top striker, which I'll show you in a second. I wanted a kind of middle striker, like a good backup that's decent for this level. And then I wanted a third player who was just like a leading player for the lower division, but had the potential to get better. So Alessandro Dentali, he came in previously of Hellas Verona, played a couple of games for Rimini last season. And yeah, we got Marco Benassi in for free transfer. He is another player. He's kind of old. We'll probably get 1 season out of him. Good for this level. Right? He's no physicals, but he's good at the rest of the game. So his mentals and technicals are pretty decent. And Federico Baggi, we signed him. He's just another right back to rotate. Parlato. And then this season we have signed our top striker, I think, for this season going forward is Musa, who comes in from Hearts in Scotland. Yeah. Didn't play a lot of games for them, but I mean, if you look at his stats there, he is just a really decent player, good for this level, can get better, consistent, likes big matches, ticks all the boxes really. Plays well as a pressing forward or advanced forward. Decent as a target man as well, but I think we'll probably use him as a pressing or advanced forward there. But I think he's a great pickup and he'll get better. I think he'll just get better this season, and then we maybe sell him one for a profit. And then we got Sheikh Keita, previously of Birmingham, Bologna. He came in, free transfer again. We needed a left back who was good enough to give Macchiato time off so we can rotate properly. So I'm thinking with the fullbacks that we've got enough players to kind of rotate properly this time for this season. We did have to sell Daniel Lonchar. He was last year of his deal. We were offered almost 300 grand for him. He wanted to leave. He wasn't going to sign a new contract. So I went, do you know what? We're going to have to just get rid of him and take the money. He was a great player for us. He did play really, really well that season. We had him 32 games. Good player. We were glad to have him. But I think with the options we've got in the team, he's a pretty, like we'll probably survive without him. Well, I'm not finished on the transfer business just yet. As you can see, I'm trying to bring in another centre half. I think the idea is I'll get rid of Motolese. I'll get rid of Motolese, bring in Michael Ntoubi. He kind of just fills that role there. He's slightly more consistent. Motolese doesn't like big games and he's not consistent, so you're always going to due a bad game from him. He's a good player for this level. Does say leading here, but it says decent. Potential. So he's got potential to get better as well. He's only 26, previously off Carpi. Played a couple of games, good few games for them last 2 seasons. Francesco Verdi is the other striker that I was talking about. It does say a leading player for most Serie D sides. I think, going by the stats there, he is a decent player. Even if you go pressing forward, he's got pretty much everything you would need from a pressing forward. First touch and decisions are the only attributes that are below 11. So a good player, I think. If we can get him in, he's on a cheap, we've agreed terms on a cheap deal, but there is other teams who are in for him. I'm hoping that we're the only 2 Serie C teams, and I'm hoping that he signs for us over Albino Lefty. But we'll need to wait and find out. I'm definitely still looking for a goalkeeper. I thought we had one to challenge Ronaldo, but I didn't manage to get over the line. He signed for someone else. So I'm kind of keep looking, but it's not quite. I'm not finding anybody yet. Even the scouts aren't finding anybody. The only other player that we're thinking about getting rid of is Chiama Glacella. He's in the last year of his contract. He's worth a good bit of money. If we can get 100 grand from or thereabouts, it's probably good money for us, to be honest. So I would maybe take that. I think this season, the way we play with a 4-2-3-1, he's good at central mid. He's not great EM or AM. So, and I think AM we've got the options of Kaczmarski and Della Rovere, and DM we've got Kaczmarski, Benassi, we've got Fusey, we've got Zonta who can play there as well. So we have got adequate cover there. We could lose him and it won't be a big loss. We've still got Shane Lavery. I'm up for selling him definitely, because he didn't really play well, as you know, in the end of last season, but I think we need a replacement in first before I get rid of him. He's in the last year of his contract, so he won't spend the full season here. I will sell him even if it's halfway through the season, because it's pointless. His contract renewal, I can't get his wage down. He's on quite a high wage, doesn't like big matches. He wasn't good for his last season. I know it says consistent performer, but as you can see, played 13 games and a 6.5, which is really poor. So we're up for getting rid of him. In terms of the defence, we're all right with the defence. I would replace Motolese with Tube, and that'll give us 4 solid defenders. They're not as good as Lonchar, but you're never going to get that unless we can spend that kind of money, which we can't. We do have a wee bit in transfer budget and a wee bit in the wage budget. We can play about with that as well if we need to. But yeah, we'll probably do some extra business and see if we can just maybe a goalkeeper, potentially a striker. maybe a left side forward if we can do that and get rid of Shane Lavery. But we'll see how it goes. So we've got 2 matches on today. We've got Rimini and Livorno. I think 2 winnable games, to be honest. Livorno must have just been promoted, and Rimini, I think last season, they're predicted to be 6th. I mean, they're predicted to be above us. We're actually a lot higher than we usually are. We're usually down out here. So I think we could be gearing up for another good season. But Rimini, I reckon that we'll beat them. Because last season they finished 7th, we finished well ahead of them. They had 64 points, we had 8. So we finished 20 points above them. And we've definitely strengthened. I will say that though. I've not covered all the areas of the squad I'd like to improve on. But I definitely think that as a whole squad, obviously with losing Lonchar and stuff is a bit of a blow. But I think in terms of the overall strength of the squad, I think we're in a better place as well. Della Raveri, we signed on a new contract. He's only 20, but he can get a lot better. There was a few teams in the Serie A sniffing about him, so I figured get him signed up. We'll give him another season of playing some games. He was playing decent at the end of last season. That's not too bad if you consider that he's supposedly a Serie D player, and that's 2 seasons in this league where he's played actually quite good. So I think he can develop. And we can make maybe a lot more money off him. He's worth not a lot just now, but I reckon if he gets a bit better, we can make a lot of money off him. So yeah, pretty much we'll just dive in and do the game now. We're going to start with Ronaldo at the back, Macchione, Bacchini, Pozzuolo and Pilato in defence, Kaczmarski and Benassi at the pivots positions. We're going to start Iori, Baldi and Cantisani in the middle 3, and then Musa up front. The only reason I'm not starting Arasi, is he's injured, so I don't even want to put him on the bench because he's still got an orange injury and I don't really want to aggravate it. So we're pretty much going to go with that starting 11. Had a decent pre-season, we only lost 1 game, so confident we can start with 6 points in this game. We want a good victory here. Sticking with the same tactic that we had from half of last season, because we did play really, really well. I think just with the better players in key positions, we can be a better team. We weren't far away from winning the league last season, so kind of bottled it at the last moment. But we can get a wee bit better this season, and we're laughing. Right, boys, Kaczmarski's on, Baldi, Lato de Benassi. Pinball here. Pinball stuff, right. Pozzuolo, Benassi. Nice bit of ball movement, boys. Gione's sitting. Unlucky Cantisani at the back post. Interested to see how good Musa does this season. I've got high hopes for him. Managed to get him for only 650 quid a week, which is an absolute bargain, I think. There was teams sniffing about him. How are you not winning that ball there? There was a few teams sniffing about him, so glad he signed for us because I think he'll get a lot better and we could make some money off him. I'd get in there. Come on, lads. No started well at all here. Here we go. Corner goal. Oh, strike. Mattia Iori in his debut in the Serie C. That was a great strike, bottom corner. Baldi just knocked it down nicely to him. Look at that. Plays him off. Beautiful curling shot round the goalkeeper, through the defence. Beautiful. Right, let's try and get another one here, lads. We're definitely a better team this season. We've got the depth. Usually when we get to the mid-season point and we get stacked with games, we start to struggle because keeping players fit and them needing a rest and all that stuff is a bit of a nightmare. But I think we've got a stronger squad in terms of rotation-wise this season that we can actually do some damage. And rotate and not lose too much quality. Oh, that's in. Oh, yes. 2 debut goals. I thought that was going to be a pen there, but Musa has been right in the back there just to pounce on that wee ball. Baldi in the right hand side. I did look at swapping Baldi for a player that was more consistent, but then again I thought we don't really need to. He has played well. He did play well in the second half of last season. So I reckon that keep him and go with Arase is obviously an option to swap them round. Right, it's not too bad. I know we want a new goalkeeper, but Ronaldo had a lot of clean sheets last season. I think he was like second or third clean sheets for the league. So he was decent, but I don't know, I just feel as if I want a goalkeeper that's consistent and likes big matches. I know it's quite hard to find, but I'd be more comfortable if we had that, because I think when we play playoffs, you get this big matches, and if you get guys that don't like big matches, they ain't going to turn up. Oh, that's a good ball on the inside. Look at Mattia Iori looks like an inspired signing. Free transfer as well, end the contract transfer, a couple of £100 a week. It looks like we've got a lot more home fans than we normally do. I need to check it compared to last season. He's just finding that great space to attack midfielder, coming in late runs into the box and just being there available for the shots. Love to see it. Right, that's a good start. 3-0 at half time. If I remember correctly, the start of the season before the last one, we beat Livorno 8-0 in the first game of the season. So we're hoping that it's a very similar game when we play them next. We might rotate a wee bit for that game because they've just been promoted. So in theory, they should have a weaker squad. It's a good ball inside, to be fair. That was a nice goal. It's a good ball inside. Dula's cut it in. Sarri's just ball inside. Bacchini, is it Bacchini there? He's one of the best defenders as well. I'm surprised he's been beaten with a ball like that, but I was tempted to replace him in the summer as well, but then I thought he's actually not bad for another season. We can keep him and it saves us having to try and find a replacement. Yori's on again. Man of the match performance. We're so unlucky there to get second. Galbaldi's got 3 assists in this game. I just noticed that. When he is on, he is on. That's not too bad. I know their goalkeepers had a bit of a nightmare, but really good score on the XG. Playing really well. Good football. We got done with the one goal. Yeah, they've had the ball inside the defender, but otherwise it's been pretty decent. Happy with that anyway for a start. It's a team that's supposedly going to finish higher in the league than we are, and we're cuffing them 3-1, sorry. Can we make it 4? Chione. I think we'll make subs because I want to give some more debutants some games, so I think we'll keep that on. Add Gio on as well. Do we give Shane Lavery a game? I don't really. He's worth it, but just go with changes here. See if we can just freshen it up a wee bit. Lead some new players into the team. That ball's in. Don't. Come on, boys. Counter pressing, there's a free ball going, nobody attacking it. I'm trying to stop them from playing it out short, but come on. Who is this? I mean, actually, I don't want him so high at the puck. Where's an attacking midfielder? Why is he not pressing it? The ball. Easy. They're coming into it a wee bit more, but you're going to get that when you've made a few subs. Their defence is shocking, their goalkeeper's terrible. Having a shocker, but well. Oh, Zion Atta plays for them, actually. I totally forgot. He left us to sign for them. Only person we can't really replace is Galbaldi because Arase's not on the bench. Ooh, lucky. All in all, it's probably a good win. We've been good value for it. Probably, if it's going to take a wee bit of time, a lot of new players. How many new players did we start there? Maybe 3 or 4? It's going to take them a bit of time just to settle in. Maybe 5 actually. For you. You're going to score at absolute last minute consolation. Decent. It was a good one. Good one. Joe Baldi. Right, let's skip ahead a few days and we'll do the Livorno game. At the end of the transfer window there, we had a wee flurry of business. We got Nicolo Bruschi in on loan from Cesena. That's a left inverted inside forward. Probably paves the way for us to try and get rid of Shane Lavery, to be honest. He's consistent, good for the level, or decent for the level. Doesn't like big games right enough, but he is suited to the league. He has played in the league before. 12 games, 3 goals. I mean, that's a better return than last season than we got from Shane Lavery. We also got Renato Martin in. It's just a free loan, another goalkeeper from Roma. I didn't have any stats unlocked for him, so it was a blind one in the hope that he'd be better than Filippo Ronaldo, but he's not, which is fine. We have got a bid in for a free transfer, Dennis Manu. I think we can retrain him to play better at a deep line playmaker, and he's got all, and he's got all the attributes, literally all the attributes for a DLP there. Plays better as a central midfielder, but I think if we get him in, as usual, nobody was interested until we put a bid in, but mostly Serie D teams. But if we get him in, we can probably try and get rid of Chiamaglicella, I think. I mean, we did reject that much money from Empoli, and now thinking he won't sign a new contract. He doesn't really fit our system, and I think we'll just get rid of him. Him and Shane Lavery. Free up the wages, get a wee bit extra transfer spends in as well. So anyway, we're ready for the Livorno match. Pretty much going to go with the same team, I think. No need to make any changes, I don't think. Everybody seems pretty fresh. I know they've got a match loads high, but fairly certain we can rotate a wee bit in a minute. In fact, you know what? Let's just actually throw him in start and see how he does. This is a team we should be beating, so Spedalieri in as well, because I think is a lethal in the air. Lethal in the air. They're playing right or left. Right. He's lethal in the air. Let's see how he does. Let's see if we can get some goals, some corners. Got Benassi off. Crazy. Just go with that. So short of any kind of midfield options or free transfer options, that's the transfer window done anyway. So we need to kind of hope that find some free transfers that are going to come in and add to the squad. Still take a goalkeeper, a DM probably, and another striker. We didn't manage to get a striker over the line at the end of the window, so we've gone with the two. We do have other options. We can probably play other players that can turn up in the striking option if we need to bring them in if we absolutely need to, but hopefully we won't. Should have put Czech Kieta in actually. We'll probably started with Czech Kieta actually for this one, just to get a wee feel for him, see how he is. Let's go another 8-0 win. Why are we outswinging the corners? Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Why are we outswinging? Yeah. Aerial threat number 1 should be Spedalieri, yeah. Maybe we not. Yeah, I want the corners in swinging. I don't know why they've changed, because they were definitely in swinging last season. Ah, it's a slack pass. Good recovery though. Oh. Oh, unlucky. Good save of the goalie. That was a good save of the goalie. Come on, boys. We need to try and convert one of these chances. Spedalieri there. What's in? Ah, he's not even headed that. Oh, what's my defender doing taking the ball? That was a poor corner. Obviously their goalkeeper's having a stormer. 7.2 already. Played some nice stuff though. Good recovery though. Valde. Marsky into Fusey. Oh, he's hit the post. Oh, this is one of those games, man. This is one of those games. Look at the state of this. Oh, here we go. Piss it off. Fucking knew it, man. One chance all game. One chance all game. After it's completely dominating them. That's pathetic. Hitting the post, goalie saving everything, and then they got one chance and score it. That is grim. That is so bad. Yes, we're back in it, boys. 2 goals from corners. That's why we wanted the in-swingers. Spedalieri's right in at the near post. Head it in. Oh, and let's get another one here. 4 half time. Any luck? I don't like what I just saw off this team. We need to be better at converting the chances we're getting here. Keep on attacking. Let's see if we can get a go ahead. We'll switch back to positive again. They have had nothing in this game. They're playing really compact. It's like 2 banks of 4. Back there. Oh, back. Just not penetrating the ball here. Nice. She's away. Oh, he screamed it in. Beautiful. And that is why we brought him in. Ups him to the league. We can get rid of Shane Lavery because he done nothing for half a season. I know he's settling and stuff like that, but he's on 800 quid a week and we get 0 return from him. That's a great strike. 800 quid a week, we get 0 return from him, so I'm just going to cut our losses, save the wages, see if we can put it elsewhere in the squad, maybe make a wee bit of money out of it. I'll literally take anything from him because we signed him for free, so I'll take literally anything we can get. It's a narrow lead here. We do not want to concede again. Probably need to make it actually. Players on there, right? Let's bring on Kelvin Arasi, take off Marshy, and should have the players now to be able to do that and not see much of a drop off. Make it 3 points. Imagine conceding possession from a throw-in. Just literally throwing it to the other player. Watch them score. Their second chance in target. Oh, here we go. Tell you what, that was ropey. That was ropey. Come on, boys. By far the better team here. It's a win, it's an ugly win anyway. Oh, Kate has whipped it in. Nah, it's just your ball, easy clean up. That's it. Look at the space, look at the space. Oh, this goalkeeper's had a really good game. He's another goal here. Absolutely pressing them. Played really well. It's just XG's not been great. A lot of throw-ins down that right hand side. Beautiful. Oh, Musa sealed it. 2 goals in 2 games for the striker. Game's over. We were good for that victory, good value for it. What I was looking for, and finally I think that's when Musa can really just add to this team this season, is just can pop up with those important goals. But 3-1 with our only shot on target they had. Well done. I'll take that because we were a goal down. They had a bad game. Beautiful. So 2 games, 6 points, puts us firmly at the top of the league with Monterossi. As far as the season preview goes, Ascoli and Pescara, Perugia are probably 3 of the best teams in the league. Where are they? There's no big team from the Serie B that's come down this season. Massive teams for the Serie B that's meaning that, like Spal last season, which were just kind of really by far the best team. So we might be on for a wee title challenge this season. But so far, 4 teams at the top, all with the same goal difference. Yeah, well, 6 point clear. I'm going to go on and do half the season, I think. So let's just quickly, because I was really bad for doing this the last time. Let's quickly check. I think we'll come back and do the Pescara game and the end of November in Monterossi. I think pretty much that's about halfway through the season, and that can see us really see where we are. Get a good marker for where we are, and then we'll do one at the end of the season for the playoffs and stuff. So I want to try and kind of fire through the season. So because I'm playing all the games manually, it takes a bit longer. It's no simulating them. So we kind of want to just get a good solid run of just playing through a lot of the games, try to see if we can pick up any good players, and then we'll come back and see where we are around about the midway point in the season. So thanks again for tuning in, folks. Hopefully when we come back at the middle of the season, we're still thereabouts at the top of the league, and we've got some nice new signings to talk about. So until then, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.